Good evening, everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So I had a meeting earlier. I do apologize for the late start, everyone. It ran much longer than expected. So thank you guys so much for once again joining us. Please share. Just give me a minute to share this with everyone so that they can sign on. And I would like to invite you to do the same. Please invite your friends, invite your family. Now, I know the last time we got interrupted because VPL decided to take the blackout very literally. So today we did start a little earlier so that should anything similar happen, then we won't have to worry about that taking us out anymore. Secondly, we are going to be starting off from where we got interrupted or from where we left off. So once again, please invite your friends, please invite your family. I am taking the time to invite them as well. So we are on the Elizabeth Independent YouTube page, the Elizabeth Independent Facebook page. If you are interested in sharing it with your family members, maybe you know someone who is interested in joining, maybe you know someone who is a Forex currency trader. Maybe you knew someone who traded before and they said that they want to get back into it, whomever and wherever they may be. Maybe you just want to become economically empowered. Maybe you've always wanted to be an investor. Maybe you know someone who's always wanted to be an investor. So now you can help them to take the step forward. So please take the time, take the opportunity to share this with your friends, family, and those that you know. All right, so once again, thank you all for joining us. So let's get started. As you guys know, before we start any session, we do have a moment of prayer, so please bow your heads. Oh, good night, Mr. White. Good night, Sonia. Good night, Ozzy. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I will be sure to pay attention to your comments throughout. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I will get to them as soon as I can. Hi, I think you pronounce it Obey J. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So please bow your heads. Father, we thank you so much for this opportunity to move forward. We thank you for this opportunity to become empowered. We thank you, Father, for leading us here. We ask you, Lord, that you continue to use us. You continue to show us the way. We know, Lord, that the purpose that we have is bigger than us. So we ask you, Father, to use us to touch the lives of those around us. We ask you, Father, to give us the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, and the prosperity that you have for each and every one of us. The wealth that goes beyond just money, because you're not the God of money alone. You are the God of the impossible. And the dreams that we have within us, yes, they may need funding, but Lord, we know that it goes so much farther than that. We know that you will open the doors and walk before us. We know, God, that you will put in our minds the ways that we can get there, whether it's through dreams or ideas. Father, we know, Lord, that you are the way, the truth, and the life, and you will continue to guide us. We know that you don't abandon us. You do not leave or forsake us, because that is who you are. You are love. You are with us. You are one with us, and you are guiding us. So we thank you for everything that you are doing in this time. And we ask you once again to open up our minds, our hearts, and everything, Lord, to you and to understanding. Tonight's session and every other session, Lord, and every opportunity that you want for us to take. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Good evening, LaDawn. Good evening, T. Kennedy. Good evening, Loretta Smith. Thank you all so much for joining us. So if I do miss your comment, then please retype it. I want to get to everyone. Good evening, Angela. Thank you so much for joining us. So once again, if you have any questions, type it, and I will get to them as soon as I possibly can. Thank you guys so much for joining us. So I think we had enough time to share with everyone. So let's get started. I wanted to start the day off with a Kahoot session like we did last time. But again, because we got interrupted, I would prefer to just pick up from where we left off, and then we'll get back to the Kahoot in our next session. So make sure you pay attention to today and to our last session. If you have not watched our last session, please go on the YouTube page. I sent it in various groups. Go on the Facebook page. It's still there, Elizabeth Independent Cara Ellis. So slightly different from how I have it typed on the screen. In fact, I'm going to change the name so you can see it properly on the Facebook page. So Yeah, you can go to the Facebook page, the YouTube page. Make sure you get the last 2 sessions, because the next session we will be starting off with a quiz. But it's going to be fun. So we're going to test your knowledge and make sure that you're up to date, so that when we actually get into the charts, you know exactly what you're doing. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. All right. Are you ready? Here we go. All right, so tonight we are focusing on lot sizes. That's where we picked up from last time. So last time we were on the lot sizes of the mini account, the standard account, and the VIP account. So a lot size essentially is an amount that you're trading at per what we call pip. A pip would be the numbers that you see on the side of the market. So I'm just going to take a quick moment to show you guys what the market looked like. So yes, we got this up and operational, made sure that we had it ready for today's session, so that unlike last time, we would actually be able to see the charts. So the numbers that are on the side here, these are what you call pips. So we're going to get into what is a pip tonight. We're going to get into how to calculate the pips, so you know exactly where to set what we call your entry price, which is where you enter the market, your take profit, which is where you exit with a profit, and your stop loss, which is where you exit to prevent you from losing more than you're willing to risk. So we're going to get to all of that tonight. But for now, we are focusing on the lot sizes. So a lot size for the mini, standard, and trading account would be in dollar value. If you want to identify how much you're trading at, you essentially multiply the amount that you're typing in. So for example, 0.01, 0.10, or 1.00, multiply that by 10, and you have the amount that you're trading at. So for 0.10, you would be trading at, sorry, this is for a cent account. No, that's the right amount, sorry. So 0.10 would be 10 cents in a regular account, mini, standard, or VIP. 0.10 would be $1, and 1.00 would be $10. So remember to multiply it by 10 if you have a mini account, a standard account, or a VIP account. So good evening to you as well, Pat, as well. It's great to see you online. But just to get a little bit, Wendy, I see you. So we are talking about lot sizes. We are continuing from where we would have left off last time. So I'm just going to give you guys a bit of a breakdown of where we are right now. Last time we touched on what is a broker. We touched on the fact that as an individual, if you want to trade inside of the Forex market, which is this right here, then you would need to have an account with a broker or sign up with a broker. So a broker is an organization that allows for you to trade. So once again, if you guys have any questions, then please do type them, because I will get to them as soon as I can. I want to make sure that you guys get all of this so that we can move on ahead as well. So yes, a broker enables an individual to open up an account. You can start an account with as little as $15 with brokers like Pax Forex. And you can start an account, so that would be a cent account. With a mini account, it would be $100. Now these prices that I'm quoting you is for persons in the Bahamas. So you can start it with $15 for a cent account, $100 with a mini account, $1,000 for a standard account, and $10,000 for a VIP account. So whichever you would like to use. My favorite when I was starting out to use was a cent account, because as a beginner, you get to get your feet wet, and you're only trading at cents with 0.01, and we're going to get to all of that, 0.10 or 1.00 with your lot size. So we're going to touch on that tonight, but it allows for you to trade with cents, a tenth of a cent, or 10 cents. So it's great to start out with, great to get the experience of, but we'll be starting off with our demo accounts, which is an account that allows you to trade with fake funds. So I'm on my demo account right now. If you want to join me, you can go to, or if you want to practice when we're offline, you can go to smarttrader.com. You can sign up for free and you can access the charts. They automatically give you a demo account. So you'd be able to see all of this. You can see Smart Trader is what they call the demo account within Smart Trader. So you get to access the market and trade in real time. That being said, having an account with a broker just basically allows for you to trade without having, let's say, $1 million or going to a bank directly or a broker to say that you want for them to trade on your behalf. So this is you getting into the trading. So once again, that is smarttrader.com. You guys can see it at the very top, smarttrader.com. All right, let's get back to our lesson. Once again, once you open up the account with the broker, then that lot size that you would enter in, I just want to show you guys where you would enter that. This little section right here in Smart Trader, this is where you are entering your trades. So before you enter a trade, you need to select your lot size. So that's what you would be typing in this little box right here. So right now, 0.10 is what is shown on there. Now you can type in 0.01, which is 10 cents on a mini account, standard account. This account is actually a standard account or standard demo account. So 0.01 is 10 cents. 0.10 is $1. And 1.00 is $10. So remember to multiply your lot size by 10 if you are using a mini account, a standard account, or a VIP account. So Shane Roker, trading on Forex is actually much different from gambling. With gambling, they actually set the machines to only allow for a certain amount of persons to win a profit or to win a game every so many amount of times that they are playing it. However, with the Forex market, this is something that hedge funds are a part of, brokers are a part of, banks are a part of, the central bank. So all of this is a legitimate market where whenever you're traveling, you are actually participating inside of this Forex market. If you're coming out of the Bahamas, I just want to let you guys see me as I say this. So if you're coming out of the Bahamas and you're going to Canada, you actually have to exchange your Bahamian dollar for Canadian dollar. If you're traveling from Canada to the US, you have to exchange your Canadian dollar for US dollar. So all of that is actual legitimate transactions that are happening inside of the Forex market. Forex is short for foreign exchange. So all it is exchanging currencies. That's it. And as a trader on this market, yes, Nalima, finally we speak about Forex. So yes, as we are trading on this market, all that you are doing is exactly what major companies are doing, what brokers are doing, what banks are doing. If a bank can do it, I don't think that a bank is going to get both. A bank is a legitimate institution or organization or financial institution that allows for persons with accounts. They actually take the funds that's on these persons' accounts and trade this in the Forex market so that they can make a profit. So this is how the banks are earning money. So instead of you getting that 0.0 maybe 5% or 0.001%, whatever amount that they decide to give you in interest every year, with them trading your account, you are actually getting to trade for yourself and earning this for yourself. So you are actually doing what a bank is doing. So all of it is legitimate. You're just cutting out the middleman essentially, and you're doing it yourself. So this is how, again, we have the economic empowerment, because you are finding ways to invest. This is just one of the many ways to invest. There's the stock market. There are bonds. So all of these all of this is the same kind of legitimate market. So that's all we're doing. We're just buying and selling currencies. That's it. Now, what you need to do in order to understand how to trade inside of this market would be to learn how to tell when the market is going to go up so you can buy, and when the market is going to go down so that you can sell. So just so you can once again take a look at the market and see what I mean. You can see that this market, if you look from the very bottom to where the price is right now, so where these are what we call Japanese candlesticks, and we're going to get to that tonight as well. But you can see it looks like it's moving in an overall upward direction, and I'll show you guys in later sessions how to tell which direction it's moving in. But this is an upward moving market, and this is on what we call a one-day time frame. So it's based on which time frame you want to trade in that you would be setting your trades on, and we will get to that as well in a later session. But in a downward moving market, then you will be able to identify, let's see, NZDJPY. So for example, you can see that from here to down here, the market was moving in an overall downward direction. So all that you need to do is to learn where to enter for a trade. So for example, entering somewhere up here and exiting somewhere down here, if you sold, you would have made a profit. Entering somewhere down here and exiting somewhere up here for a trade would have given you a profit for a buy. So you can actually earn money whether you are, I'm sorry, Wendy, remove the pink writing. I'm not sure which pink writing you're referring to, Wendy, but please do let me know if you see any pink writing on the screen. Okay, so yes, Nelly, I do agree. If you don't know how to trade, then you don't know where the market is going to go. So yes, I can agree with you on that, but it is a legitimate market. So it's not buying numbers. It's not based on chance. It's based on actual economic news, what the government says, what the central bank is doing, and we covered all of this in former sessions to show you how what causes the Forex market to move, what causes the value of a currency to rise or fall. So all of that, you're actually just witnessing whether the value of a country is going up or the value of a country is going down. But since that country is a currency, you're seeing the upward and downward movement. So that's all you need to do. You just need to learn where to enter. So for a buy, you want to enter at a lower point and exit at a higher point. For a sell, you want to enter at a higher point and exit at a lower point. And we're going to get to all of that between today and our next sessions. All right, so that being said, getting back to the lot sizes. So Shane, I just explained how it's different from gambling. This is a legitimate market that banks participate in, that governments have established, and that financial institutions participate in. Your money is actually being traded in this market right now, whether you are trading it or not. Right now, if you have a bank account, that bank is using the money on your account to buy or sell a currency. So that 0.05% or 0.01% that you get in interest at the end of the year, that's because they're trading your money on this market. So all we are doing is teaching you to do what the banks are doing. Well, Shane, hopefully these lessons will help you to become profitable from the experience, because it sounds like maybe you just needed some help with your, whether it was technical analysis or understanding how to read the news, because I'm a currency trader. I've been profitable from it. I had gotten to a point where I was making easily $100 a day. And if I could do it, then why can't you? So we are here to help each other and to help each other to grow. All right, now that being said, if there are any other questions, once again, guys, please type it as you see it or as you think of it. and I will respond to it as I see it. Okay, so we addressed mini, standard, and VIP accounts, the lot size, what that represents. I don't want to move too fast. So with the cent trading account, this is a different type of account that you can open from the mini, standard, or VIP account. With the cent trading account, brokers like Forex, which is what I use, they allowed for traders or individual, what we call retail traders. That's what they refer to us as, retail traders. If you want to start with a small amount, if you want to get your feet wet before you start trading with big amounts, a cent trading account is what I recommend. So with a cent account, you only need as little as $15 to open up an account. So instead of it trading at the dollar value, it shows the cent value for the total amount of funds that you have on your account. So when you're trading, or when you open the account and you apply the funds, instead of you seeing, for example, if you apply $15, just the $15, it will appear as 1,500 cents. So that's how it's going to look. And then when you are putting in the lot size, as you trade it, 0.01, instead of representing a tenth of a dollar, which would be 10 cents, it's going to represent a tenth of a cent. So 0.10 will represent, instead of $1, it's going to represent 1 cent. So I need to make the correction on this. Instead of $1, it's going to represent 1 cent. And then 1.00, instead of it representing $10, it's going to represent 10 cents. And just to show you guys who may have joined a little late, what that lot size looks like before we get to what is a pip. The lot size is the amount that you are typing in this section right here. So where you see the 1.00 that I've highlighted, if you type in 0.01, then that would, with the cent account, that would represent a tenth of a cent. 0.10 would represent 1 cent, and 1.00 would represent 10 cents. So please make sure that you are trading with the correct amounts. So that being said, let us get on with our lesson. What is a pip? Okay, so you guys may have heard of pips before if you've heard about the Forex market. Once again, the pips are the numbers that you see on the side of the market, but to explain how it really works, imagine having a penny and dividing it into 100 pieces. A pip is actually 1/100th of a penny. So the market moves so rapidly, or transactions happen daily, and so many transactions happen that in order for them to show you the value of how this market is moving, they have divided it into pips, which is 1/100th of a penny. So that's the price that you see on the right side of the charts whenever you're looking at it. Once again, I just want to show you the charts and show you the pips. So that's the numbers on the side of the chart. So a pip, or PIP, stands for price interest point or percentage in point. So if you're speaking to someone from the Western side of the world, they will more refer to it, or from America, somewhere like that, they will refer to it as price interest point. If you are on the Eastern side of the world, they will refer to it as percentage in point. So the UK, et cetera, percentage in point. And again, that's because a pip is 1/100th of a penny. So it's just a percentage of the dollar value. So a pip is used in the foreign exchange market to measure the percentage that the price of a currency has risen or fallen. Essentially, it just shows you how much the value of a currency increases, or how much the value of a currency decreases at an exact dollar value or an exact price value. In the foreign exchange market, pips are shown on the right side of the charts, as you can see. Looking at the numbers, the pip can be identified as the second to last digit. So just to give you an example, if you're looking at euro to US dollars, so we've already addressed currency pairs. If you're wondering what the EUR/USD is, that's what we call a currency pair. So you can watch one of our former classes to learn more about it. But for euro USD, you would see the price looking as 1.03562, for example. So in this case, if you're looking for the pip is going to be the second to last digit, which is the 6. So if the price increases by 1 pip, then it would increase to 7. And if the price decreases by 1 pip, then it would decrease to 5. So once again, the pip is always the second to last digit. So in USD JPY, this is one of the currencies that's going to look a little different when you're looking at the price. Don't worry, don't get confused, it's okay. You just look for the second to last digit. So for example, I'm just going to bring up NZD JPY again. You can see that NZD JPY looks a little different on the pips than it did for the Euro USD example that I showed you. So it says 76.452. That's where the price currently is, 76.52. Now, again, in order to find the 1 pip place, you're just looking for the second to last digit. So the 5, which is the second to last digit, would be that 1 pip place. So for USD JPY, the 1 pip place, once again, second to last digit, would be the 3. If that 3 turns to a 4, the price would have risen by 1 pip. If that 3 turns into a 2, then the price would have fallen by 1 pip. The last digit in the price, in case you wondered why the last digit is not the pip, the last digit in the price quoted for each currency pair is called a pipette. So a pipette, just to explain to you exactly what a pipette is, so the 2 in this case would be the pipette because it's the last digit. Just to explain exactly what it is, we can go back to using the penny. So let's imagine a penny. Imagine the penny is a pip and divide it into 10 pieces. So a pipette is 1/10 of a pip. It is there to show more accuracy of the price movement as it rises or falls rapidly. So for example, if I go back to the charts, you may not see the pip change as often, but the pipette usually changes very quickly. So I'm going to select a different currency pair just so you guys could see how rapidly it changes. So if you take a look at the 2, for example, okay, this market is one of those that is not moving very quickly right now. It looks like most of the markets are not moving right now, but that's pretty much because of the time zones, which we addressed last week as well. So right now, you don't have very many markets that are open all at the same time. Okay, so essentially whenever this 3 at the end changes, then it would have changed by a pipette. So you can see the markets are not moving very much right now, but just as that 5 changed into a 3, that's the pipette moving. And you saw the 3 change to a 2 as well, so that was the pip changing. So it's just there to show you the price changing at a faster rate. So for example, Euro USD, the number at the end would be the pipette. So if that 4 changes to a 0, then it would have fallen by 4 pips. So in USD JPY, again, it's just the last number. So the last number, the 5, would be the pipette. If that 5 changes to a 1, it would have fallen by 4 pips. And if that 5 changes to a 9, it would have risen by 4 pips. Sorry, pipettes. Make sure you know the difference. Pipettes, not pips. Pipettes are the last digit. Pips are the second to last digit. All right, so you need to know this in order to set a trade. So to set what they call an order or a trade, you will need to identify an entry point, a stop loss, and a take profit. What do I mean by that? When you're looking at the market, you're going to need to look at a price value for where you want to enter. So for example, you can see this arrow is pointing at where the market currently is, or where the value of that currency pair currently is. So if you wanted to enter at this point, I just want to show you guys what it would look like if you had entered. So this is how it's going to look when you enter for a buy. It's just going to be a very, very light green. And this is how it will look if you enter for a sell. It's going to be a very, very light red. So, and then you'll see over here, you would see the price. So I actually have a trade that is going on just to show you guys the example. I had set this from earlier. So you can see where it says open, this was my entry price. Where it says SL, that was my stop loss. And where it says TP, that's my take profit. Where it says P/L, that is my profit or loss. It's green, which means that it's in profit. And it's showing you the net profit or loss in dollar value. It's showing you that I sold which currency pair or symbol. So that would be sell or buy. So S/B, sell or buy. SYM symbol, it stands for the currency pair, GBP USD. The account is Smart Trader, and the amount that I traded with, or my lot size, which was 0.01. So all of that information is shown when you set a trade. And in Smart Trader, the same arrow or gray line, gray and white line to the bottom, when you tap on that, it's going to come up and show you which trades you are currently in, something called pending orders, which is what we will get to, your trade history, your account info, and if you set multiple trades at once in what is called OCO groups, then you would be able to see that there as well. Oh, and you guys can see I currently have a pending order, and I'm going to explain what a pending order is in another session. But this is what your entry point, once again, would look like for a sell. And for light green, since this market is moving in an upward direction, you would want to buy if you're entering this market for a trade. So once it goes over this price right here, wherever that green line is, it is showing you, or it will show you, that you are in profit. So I just want to go to AUD USD so you guys can see that example. Sorry guys, I was getting a call. I'm just gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb so you guys can not be interrupted throughout the session. Yes, the screen can be larger. So if you want for the chart to be larger, then I can make it larger. If I wanted for this to be larger, just so I could show you guys how this is, I could actually put this on full screen just to give you more information. And let me close this so you can see it a little better. So like I said, please do feel free to communicate with me throughout the session because I want to make sure that you guys get the best possible experience from these trading sessions. So let me know if you guys can see that better. Okay, so Smart Trader is not a broker. Smart Trader is a trading platform that, just to answer Alfonso Bo's question, Smart Trader is actually a trading platform that Market Traders Institute, which is one of the world's most accredited trading institutions, or let me say one of the US's most accredited trading institutions. They established this platform, Smart Trader, so that their students and traders, whoever signs up with the platform, would be able to use it. It's one of the easiest platforms that I've found thus far in my experience of trading to use, which is why I do recommend it to anyone that has a laptop or a computer. This would be the best platform that I've experienced. Now, good night, Verlian. Now, for the phone, I do recommend MetaTrader 4. It is the best software that I've used thus far for my phone or for the phone when you're trading. But Smart Trader is the best for the computer. Okay, so we just went through all of this information except for the price. So this would be where I would have entered the trade, and the current would be where the market is right now. So okay, let's see if I can enlarge that. Please let me know if this is any better. Can you guys see the numbers better? Can you see the words better? Please communicate with me. I want to make sure, once again, that you guys are getting the best possible experience. So Patty, is this any better? I'll wait for you to type your response, but in the meantime, I will just continue. So AUD USD, you guys can see I sold. I would have entered right here where this blue line is, or purplish bluish line is. This is my stop loss, which is where I would not want for the market to go above. I can actually move my stop loss in Smart Trader to secure me with a profit. And we're going to cover what a stop loss is in just a moment. But this is one of the things that I love about Smart Trader. You can actually manually move your stop loss. I think because of my internet right now, it's not allowing me to change it. So at least you guys can see what it looks like when you are moving it. And once again, I do challenge you guys to start using the platform, get some hands-on experience. You can open a demo account with it and see what it's like when you're trading with it. Now, for the take profit is green and it's to the bottom because once again, I would have selected a sell. If I want to close out this trade with a profit right now, if I'm satisfied with the $10.81 for that trade, then I can actually go to trades, right click on it or over it. Oh, guys, I'm sorry, that's the pending order. GBP USD is where I have my trade in. So for the sell, You guys can see the entry point. So we're going to cover pending orders another time, but the entry point is red. My stop loss, I can actually move that down to secure me with the profit. And that explains why I was able to move this one. So you can see you can actually manually move your stop loss and it changes for you. So if I go down here where SL was, you can see that it changed. I'm currently in profit with $11.1 pips. My take profit, if I decide that I want to move it up a little more, I can move it up a little more. If I decide that I want to move it further down, I can move it further down. But I'm just going to leave it exactly where it is. I want to zoom out so you guys could see that this is a downward moving market based on the most recent trend. So it's very simple with setting a trade. Once you have your entry point, stop loss, and take profit. So we're going to cover really quickly tonight how to set that entry point, stop loss, and take profit. Okay. So yes, you can actually use whichever platform you would prefer. Thank you, Sharon Steiner, for responding and letting me know that it is better. So Alfonso uses AXI and Forex.com. So that is awesome. Again, once you guys identify which is best for you for your trading, then that is what we are looking for, because every trader is different. You have day traders, you have long-term traders, you have short-term traders. So as we go on, you're going to learn about the different types of traders, the different types of trades you can set, and what it is to be a retail trader, what the mindset looks like, what is important for trading, all of that information. So that being said, the entry point is the price value of the market when you enter a trade. So when you select buy or sell. There are two types of orders. You can put in an order right away, which is like an instant trade or an instant order, or you can set what is called a pending order. So just to show you guys the difference in that, you can see it says positions for the current trades that I'm in, and pending orders for the orders that I have yet to enter. So I have set an entry point, I've set a stop loss, and I've set a take profit. So with the pending order, it's one that you are waiting to enter. So I'll go back to AUD USD. The blue line is where I am expecting for the price to go for a sell in order for it to then continue further down. The stop loss is where I'm expecting for it to, well, it's based on whenever you are setting a trade, what you guys do need to understand is that at some point you will lose a trade. And this is why I appreciate the Forex market, because it is realistic. The fact is you're never going to win every of anything or all of anything. So at some point you will have a loss. The FX chief, who is the founder of Market Traders Institute, he wins 7 out of 10 of his trades. So as a retail trader, what we teach you are skills so that you can win more trades than you lose, or you can receive profits for more trades than you would have lost. Secondly, we also show you not to risk more than 1% of what is on your account, 1 to 5%, but 1% of what is on your account. And for every trade that you are going to enter on my screen, you can see I have a small amount of risk and a large amount of gain. So those are the kinds of trades that we recommend. I'm going to show you guys why I entered this. I'll give you a brief glance into my technical analysis. Don't worry if it looks like a lot, you guys will understand it. So this is why I entered the trade for GBP USD based on, this is called Fibonacci. I have trend lines. I also have an indicator that was specifically made for Bahamians called Bahama Mama, the chief, the FX chief or founder of Market Traders Institute, actually created that for after he came to the Bahamas and he experienced the Bahamas and he liked us so much that he actually named the indicator that he created after one of our famous alcoholic beverages, Bahama Mama. So that's the indicator that I use. And all of that with what we call candlestick formations. You guys are going to learn more about that as well. You can see where I entered was on this candle right here based on my technical analysis. This above here is now my entry point. This down here is my stop loss because I moved it when you guys were watching. And this is my take profit. So now you guys can see some of the technical analysis behind why I set that trade. You can also see that I am 11.2 pips in profit. So you can see that it is worth it when it comes to technical analysis. So once again, feel free to ask any questions. You are going to learn more about the Fibonacci. You are going to learn more about trend lines. You are going to learn more about Japanese candlesticks and candlestick formations, all of that lovely stuff, in order for you to see why we set trades, where we set them, why we enter where we enter, why we exit where we exit, all of that lovely information. So that being said, you can see where I would have selected buy or sell for my entry point. So that's very simply what the entry point is, where you enter buy or sell. Where you enter a trade by clicking on buy or sell. So the price value of where you exit a trade to prevent a major loss is what we call a stop loss. So you want to identify the amount that you are willing to risk within each trade and the amount that you are looking to gain within each trade. Once again, never risk more than 1% of what is on your account. This is investing, which means that you have to understand that at some point you will have a loss. But what we are teaching you, number one, with you having a demo account that actually simulates you being in the market. Number two, teaching you technical analysis, teaching you how to set a trade, all of this information in advance is so that once you get in there, then you would be able to understand where is the best place to enter, where is the best place to exit. So Alfonso, I'll get to your question in a moment. Patty, in order for you to trade on behalf of others, you have to have some certification that I have not yet applied for. And to be honest with you, I am not sure as yet whether I would want to trade on others' behalf. I prefer to teach people how to trade because I like to empower people rather than, I'm one of those people that likes to teach people how to fish rather than giving people fish. So if I teach you how to trade, then it's still up to you whether you want to ask someone else to trade on your behalf or whether you would prefer to trade for yourself. So you do have the options. You can go to a broker or an offshore bank and ask them to trade on your behalf. But there's some certification as an individual that you would have to have in order to trade on others' behalf. We will get to that at another point because that is another type of empowerment for you to earn money to trade on others' behalf. So that being said, getting back to the entry point, stop loss, and take profit. So once again, with the pending order, the entry point is going to be blue. You can see the pip or price value for where I would have entered or where I was looking to enter for that trade, the stop loss for where I was looking to exit, and the take profit for where I was looking to exit. So this is the amount of pips that I am risking in this trade, or that I would be looking to use to prevent me from having a loss. So that's 20.3 pips. And my lot size for this trade was actually 0.01. My take profit was 50, or would be 58.9 pips. So you can see that that is more than twice the amount that's there, basically 3 times. So we do recommend that when you set a trade, that you look to earn twice to 3 times the amount that you're risking. Romeo, I have met people that use TradingView. TradingView is very similar to Smart Trader. So if you prefer to use TradingView, then you can do that as well. Okay. So this tool is what I really, really love to use whenever I'm setting my trades, because it makes it much easier to see not only how much I'm risking and how much I'm looking to gain, but also if I wanted to measure out, let's say I just wanted to risk 10 pips and I wanted to get or earn 20 pips, then I would be able to measure that out. But I do definitely recommend that you guys use technical analysis to determine where you enter, where you exit, and where you take profit. All right, so lastly, the take profit. The take profit is the price value where you would want to exit to secure yourself with a profit. So again, this is where you can either manually select close whenever you get to the profit that you are looking for, or you can set a predetermined take profit. So for me, going back to GBP USD, you can see I have a predetermined take profit right here. So all I had to do was enter in the amount that, the price value for the amount of pips that I wanted to receive in profit. All right. So just to show you guys a little bit more about how to set your stop loss or take profit in the market. Another word for take profit is limit. Another word for stop loss is stop, or the shortened version is just stop. When you are buying or selling immediately, you can just click on sell or buy right away. If you want to see what your spread would be, which is once again the fee that the broker charges for each trade, then you would look at the number in the gray box on Smart Trader. So that's going to be 1.6 pips. So it just has to go below this line here in order for me to start earning a profit. And as you can see, I'm currently in the green. So I'm currently earning that profit because it is below that red line. And that being said, the stop loss, if I wanted to set it at a specific value, like you can see my stop loss is currently 1.36670, then I would identify that by typing in 1.36670. You can set what is called a trailing stop loss in Smart Trader, which is why I really love Smart Trader. So it can automatically follow the price, and you can have it at dynamic, which means that as the market goes down, your stop loss moves down with it at the distance that it was initially at. So for example, if you had a 20 pip difference between your entry point and stop loss, As the market moves down, your stop loss will move down, keeping that 20 pip distance. And as the market moves up, then your stop loss stays in place and it just follows essentially in that way. So eventually it would get over your entry point. So it secures you with a profit either way, whether the market goes in the opposite direction or whether the market goes to where you expect it to go to, you are secured with a profit. So you can see that's what I've already done. My stop loss is currently below my entry point. So I don't have to worry. I can just walk around, do whatever I had to do. I had a couple of meetings back to back today. All I had to do was set my pending order, wait for the market to enter, which it did, as you can see. And I was able to set my stop loss, set my take profit, walk away from it, and now I'm secured with a profit either way. So that is why I do recommend a trailing stop loss. Another type is what we call a fixed trailing stop loss. So instead of it moving as the market moves, you could keep it at, for example, a distance of 30 pips. So every time the market moves 30 pips, then that stop loss will move down 30 pips and then stay in place. And it won't move again until the market moves down another 30 pips. So if you are trading on a small time frame, I actually recommend the dynamic. If you're trading on a large time frame, I recommend the fixed. So we're gonna get to time frames as well and explain what that really is. For the take profit, you can enter in a specific value. You can see my take profit is 1.36203, 1.36203. Or I can set it at a specific pip value, which in this case would be just about 60 pips. So that's how you would set the take profit, stop loss, and entry point. Now I know that we covered a lot of information tonight, so I am going to let you guys choose. Do you want to go any further? We have gone for almost an hour now, and I know last time we agreed on an hour. So do you want to move forward, or do you guys feel like this was enough information? The take profit, stop loss, and entry point. Okay, so you guys got to see a lot of information. So let me know, do you guys want to move forward? Do you guys have any questions? Okay, so Romeo is asking, do you trade? Okay, Romeo, you may need to retype your question. I saw it, but I don't seem to have access to it anymore. Do you trade HFX or just traditional Forex? I just trade in the Forex market at this time. I don't trade cryptocurrencies. I don't trade anything else as yet. I am getting into binary, so I've started trading it myself. I haven't studied it as yet at university. I am considering it. So most definitely looking forward to moving on to the various markets. But one thing that I've learned is that if you want to master anything, it's best to master it one at a time. So I have focused on Forex so that I can become better and also teach people how to trade within the market. Romeo says EMA is very important to trading. So that's a type of indicator. It's something else that can also show you how the market will move, how to identify where the market is going, all of that information. Are there any other questions? Do you guys have anything else? Do you want to continue moving forward? Oh, HFX is binary. Okay, awesome. So I haven't studied binaries yet, but I am getting into it. So definitely looking forward to that conversation with you, Romeo. Also looking forward to meeting all of you and actually getting to help you guys to move forward. Okay, Renee Walks, if this is your first time coming in, then don't worry. We would have gone from the very beginning of what is Forex, how does it work? So you came in as we started to move to more of the technical terms. So this is now getting into the charts, getting into the market, seeing how to set a trade, and how to identify where to enter for a trade, where to exit. So now we're actually looking at the charts. I look forward to helping you guys to understand how to read the charts in our next session, but you can go back and watch the other sessions um, to see what is Forex, how does it work, what makes it move, why does it exist, how it came to be, etc., etc. You can learn more about what is a broker, how to get into Forex trading, all of that information. So tonight we covered what is a pip, we covered how to set a trade, we covered the take profit stop loss entry point. In our next session, we're going to be looking at how to calculate pips. We're going to be looking at, because I don't see anyone saying this yet, you know what? I will establish a WhatsApp group. So that's a great question, Alfonso. That's a great question. I will start a WhatsApp group for anyone that is interested. My number, give me 1 second to put it up on the screen. My number is 437-4326. So if you are interested in being a part of that WhatsApp group so that we could really get started from the very beginning, and establish how to trade, and any other questions you may have, you can either access me between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. is the best time to reach me, particularly for trading. Right now, I am in the process of developing various programs that I want to establish within Elizabeth. I'm not sure if all of you know, but I am the Coalition of Independence candidate for Elizabeth. I'm grateful, and I just want to say again, thank you guys for everyone that would have voted for the Coalition of Independence, everyone that supported us throughout this time. But I am in the process of establishing our programs like the Early Investors Club that I alluded to when I was being interviewed by Jason, one of our other candidates. So like I told you guys, I'm continuing this whether I'm a candidate that was elected or not, because the fact is, for me, this is about empowering our people. I actually did this as a volunteer at Master Trade House before, but right now, I am now doing this so that I can help everyone, every Bahamian, particularly, that's my focus, every Bahamian, to get forward and become economically empowered. So if you are interested in signing up for Master Trade House, please do feel free to do so. You can go to mastertradehouse.com. One-time fee of $99. You have access to the online academy. You're a member for life. We actually do have a WhatsApp group for that. But for these free lessons, this is a program that I established, which is Forex classes that was initially meant to be for Elizabeth, but it is for every Bahamian. So if you are interested in being a part of the WhatsApp group, let me know. Send me a message at the 437-4326 number. So once again, that is 437-4326. You can send me your numbers there. Donna, Alfonso, I will get your numbers and I will be adding you. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask them before we go. So we will be wrapping up shortly. Yes, I love it, Alfonso. Alfonso said well, actually, it's each one, teach 10. So we want to empower you to help you to empower others. That's our focus because if you can do it, why can't they? If I can do it, why can't you? So if we all do this together, there's nothing that can stop us. And that is the secret that other cultures have used to help themselves to get farther in life. They have teamed up. There are large companies that partner with large companies or that merge with large companies for no other reason than merging because they understand that the power of unity, it changes everything. It allows for you to move forward and move farther ahead than you ever could have by yourself. Like they say, if you want to get there faster, go alone. But if you want to go farther, go together. So we are here to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to move ahead. The next session is going to be on Sunday at 6 p.m. So initially, that's what it was supposed to be. We only pushed it back to 8 p.m. To accommodate the lives that the Coalition of Independence hosted every Sunday at 5 p.m. But now we're going to be starting back up at, actually, I will put it to 6:30 just in case. Just to accommodate. So yes, 6:30 Sundays. That's going to be every session or each of our next sessions. So does anyone else have any other questions? Yes, Romeo is right. It's not hard. It's just new to some people. So we are here to help you throughout the process. If you need any help, don't hesitate to ask. If you don't understand something, please let us know. Let us know what it is that you need some explanation for. We are here for that. Okay, so we actually don't really have any brokers in the Bahamas at this time that I know of that allow for you to participate within the Forex market. This is just to answer Patty's question, where she's asking if we recommend foreign brokers. So all of the brokers for Bahamians at this time are foreign, but for brokers, you have what they call regulated brokers, and you have non-regulated brokers. So it is based on what you are looking for. So regulated brokers, they do have, you know what? I will do a formal explanation on that in our next session. So I'll start with regulated and unregulated brokers so you guys can see the difference. I don't want to influence you with my opinion. I would prefer for you to choose what it is that you would want to do. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Okay, Romeo just sent a message. That's awesome. So thank you, Alfonso. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you. Let's see, Berlin. Thank you, Donna. I will be adding you guys to that WhatsApp group in just a moment. If you know anyone that is interested, please do invite them to watch. Okay, Bahama Wealth said she had to leave, but she will be watching this later, which is awesome. So please do rewatch it. Sometimes it helps if you watch something again for you to get it. Is there an introduction presentation available? Yes, we would have done that within our first session. And then our second session was how to actually get into the trading. So you were able to see what is the Forex market in the beginning. This session was getting closer to us actually getting into trading. So in our next session, you're going to learn about regulated and unregulated brokers. You're going to learn about the charts. So what are the, I'm just going to show you guys the charts again so you can see exactly what I'm talking about as I refer to it. Today, we already learned about pips. We learned about lot sizes. We learned about take profits, stop losses, entry points. In our next session, you're going to learn about what these lines are. As I mentioned before, these are called Japanese candlesticks. You're going to see what a candlestick is, why it looks like this, what it does, because each part of this candlestick actually represents something. You're going to learn about candlestick formations, and you're going to learn about trends. I will try to see how much of that we can cover, but I don't want to overload you guys with information. So we are likely going to focus specifically on regulated and unregulated brokers, candlesticks, and understanding how to read them, and the candlestick formations. So let's see how far we can get. Thank you guys once again for tuning in tonight. If you have any questions, then please do let us know. I do look forward to getting into more with you guys. So thank you for your time and have a blessed evening. All right, so as we leave, please bow your heads. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to learn what was shown tonight. I ask you, Father, to once again show us the way. And Father, I ask you to use me and to direct me so that I can be used to help our people to become economically empowered. And I ask you to touch each of them as well, to guide them in the paths that you have for them. You've blessed each of us with a dream. And Lord, we know that you will make a way. So please just continue to use us, continue to use us to fulfill your purposes, continue to unite us, continue to strengthen us, continue to show us the way, and let us be your vessels that is used by you to help others to fulfill their purpose. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Now I look forward to our next session. And I also look forward to this WhatsApp group, because then we can establish something that is extremely important, which is called trade clubs. So you're going to have your small group of persons that you can communicate with, and that you can set goals with, you can set trades with, who are going to help you to focus on your goals, your next steps, and anything else that you need to cover. So thank you guys so much. Be blessed.